Hi, this is my romance scammer story, and it is unlike anyone else's story. I actually wrote about it because I get nervous when I talk about things like this, so it's best for me to follow my notes. So I named this the 999 course that prepared me for my ultimate love story. I need to tell you something that I never told anyone. And I want you to stay with me because by the end of this, if you have ever been scammed, if you have ever been manipulated, if you have ever questioned your own mind, you are going to see your experience completely different. I spent $999 on the most powerful course of my life. The course had no professor, no certification, and no classroom. Well, metaphysical classroom, an ethereal classroom. But it was just me and my phone and this other person, and 11 months of the most sophisticated psychological warfare I have ever walked through. And I came out on the other side, unbroken, unbothered, and ready. Let me tell you my story. Part 1, how it got started. So back in early 2025, I started receiving DMs on Instagram from someone claiming to be a well-known figure. Excuse me. Let's call them Mr. X. And listen, I'm not going to spend much time on Mr. X because the real Mr. X has absolutely nothing to do with this. He's out there doing his thing, living his best life, sharing his talents with the world, and may he continue to be blessed. This is not his story. This is my story. So these DMs started coming in. At first, I dismissed them. I've dealt with many scammers before over the years. And because I had dealt with this kind of thing before, and I thought I knew the playbook. But something about this particular person, this particular energy, kept pulling me back. The conversation was different. It was deep, intellectual, stimulating, exciting, sweet. There was a telepathic quality that was genuine and that I have never felt before. It was a very rare experience. So I continued to engage. Part 2, the connection. Now I need to be honest with you about something because this is the part people skip over when they tell scam stories, and it is actually the most important part. The connection felt real. Not fake real. Not desperate real. Not lonely real. It felt genuine. Profound. Real. And I want you to understand something about me before embarking upon this journey. I've been single for over a decade. I've been celibate for about almost 3 years. I am a self-proclaimed commitment phobe and avoidant. I'm a person that needs a lot of space. And I would literally cringe at the thought of someone keeping tabs on me or checking in on me, or the whole check-in thing to me. It was just the whole good morning. Are you home? Did you get home okay? Thinking about you. I thought that was the corniest shit in the world. But this person, those the good mornings, my love, and the good night, my lady, and the hey baby, I'm just checking on you. And I love you, baby. Felt real. It felt good. It cracked me open. For the first time in a long time, I felt what it was like to be consistently loved, consistently thought about, consistently chosen. And what I discovered was I really liked it. More than that, I was built for consistency and sustainability. Part 3, the classroom begins. Now, about 3 weeks in, all right. So this is after, I would say that we started, maybe they started reaching out, I don't even know. I started talking to them in about March, April. And when the communication was choppy up until the end of last April. And then we started communicating consistently, daily, for about 3 weeks in there, 4 weeks in there, 3 weeks. And that's when the ask came. A membership fee. He said it was part of the process. Anyone he communicated with has to pay a fee to meet him or to talk with him on FaceTime. It's part of his contract. I said, no, I'm good. And I mean, it didn't end that smoothly. There was, back and forth, but and then I didn't talk to him for about a month. And then he came back again. And this is where I want to pause and tell you about how these operations work, because this is not amateur hour. This was sophistication. Professional sophistication. This person's smart. This person has done this for a while. And they do well with it. The cycle went like this. Connection, tenderness, love, doting, love bombing. I'm a Leo, very verdant. I'm a Leo, Venus, Mercury, and Sun. I love bombing. Love bomb me to death. Anyways, back to this. The connection, the tenderness, the depth, the ask, the refusal, the anger, then the manipulation, the gaslighting, and then back to the tenderness again, then the connection again, and then the ask again. Over and over and over for 11 months. He called me stubborn. Mirror projections for 11 months. And here is what impressed me about myself. Every single time I said no. Okay, except for one time. Part 4, the warfare. I want to talk about the gaslighting for a second because I think a lot of people don't understand what it actually feels like to be gaslit by someone who is skilled at it. It messes with your reality. It makes you question your own perception. It makes you feel like you are the problem. Like your refusal is the issue. Like your boundary is the obstacle between you and the love of your life. But thank God that I had massive amounts of therapy for years in terms of manipulation, lying, all of that. So I learned you cannot manipulate a manipulator. Anyways. And this person was gifted at it. Intimidation, projections, twisting of the truth. Good Lord. Trying to make me feel guilty for protecting myself and having boundaries. But here is what I also discovered about myself in those moments. I never lost my composure. Not once. Okay, but let me spin it back. I did lose my composure a few times after being pressured so much. Yeah, I got New York City on him. Anyways, let me go back to this. I could feel the manipulation happening in real time, and I could respond from a place of calm, clarity, and stillness. But still at the same time, feel a genuine love for this person. And this is not weakness. It's almost like loving a troubled person. You know, my sister was married to a narcissist. So I recognize a lot of the behavior. And the thing of it is they have multiple personalities. They have that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going on, where there's a side of them where you really, really adore them, and then there's the side of them that you just want to put in a bottle and glue on a cap and throw it into the ocean. All right. But this is not weakness. It's unconditional love. This is psychological and spiritual strength. Part 5, the 999. Okay, here's the part I almost didn't tell you because I was never going to share this story, especially this part of the story. I haven't told anybody this because I'm very embarrassed by it. So I would say, so June we started talking again, and it lasted till before he asked was, I would say, a few weeks before my birthday. It was like a week and a half before my birthday. It was. And he pressured me about this membership fee through my birthday. My God, send me some flowers. Something. Send me a gift card. But I should have known then, but all right. But by the time I got it, was like just past August. It was like the first week of August. Just the relentlessness and the nastiness and just trying to, all right, calm down, let's be cool. And he wanted $10,000, and then he wanted $5,000, and then he wanted $2,000, and then he got down to $1,750. But then I sent $999, because that's what I had. And I want to tell you why I chose this specific number, because there was a very strong spiritual message encoded in this number. I spent days energizing that number and that energy and that currency. I encoded it, 9 for the number of annihilation, on its low vibration. 9 is the number of ascension, transformation, and completion on its higher vibration. So when I sent that 999, I said to him, if you are lying to me, if you are deceitful, if this money does not go towards what you are saying it will, you will reap the karmic consequences of this. Who's here? Oh, hi. 9 times 999. You can annihilate yourself or you can ascend. That is entirely up to you. And he was shaking. He thought I was crazy. He had never heard anything like that before, he said. You're dealing with a dark empath. Then he asked for more money. It was like weeks later, asked for more money. I refused. Then he asked for gift cards. I refused. Then my banking information. I refused. Then he wanted me to open up a banking account in my name for him. No, that's not happening either. And then he wanted to teach me about crypto. No, I'm good. Every escalation, every manipulation, every guilt trip, every angry outburst, refused. I observed and I did not absorb. Well, eventually I did. So let me put this in perspective for you. A professionally organized criminal operation with multiple people involved invested 11 months in me and walked away with $999 and absolutely nothing else. Not my identity, not any form of banking account information. My credit is protected. My financial future is protected. My body is protected. Never send explicit photos of yourself to anyone online. Don't do that. As well as don't send money. And my peace is protected. But $999 for 11 months of the most transformative education of my life. This was the best course I did not sign up for. And now we get to part 6. The phone call that ended everything. Eventually, I had a phone call with this person. Excuse me. He had called me before. He had called me, I would say, like 10 times before throughout those months. And for some reason, I don't know. I don't pick up my phone. I don't like to pick up my phone. But the times that he called me, it was weird how I didn't have my phone on me or I didn't hear the phone ring. Weird. Some form of divine block. Anyways, so he called me March 8th going into March 9th. So it was really March 9th, more early morning. And the moment I heard his voice, I knew. My body knew before my mind finished processing it. This was not who I'd been talking to, or not who I thought I was talking to. And at that moment, I felt no rage, no hysteria, I didn't even break down. I didn't even cry. I felt relieved. I felt clarity. I had prayed that this person's mask would drop and I would see the real them. But it was clean. It was sharp. It was certain. And it was clarity. And I disconnected the call. And before I deleted the app, I remember deleting the conversation and getting out of the app. And before I deleted the app, I thought I could have forgiven this person if they would have dropped the mask and shown up authentically. Because there was something real there. There was something real. But they chose to hide their identity. And he chose to shrink himself into someone else. And to me, that's a definition of someone who's weak-minded. That was an instant click. He chose to shrink himself into someone else. He's so insecure in his own sovereign identity that he cannot stand firm in who he actually is. That's not powerful at all. That's fear walking around in a Halloween costume. And then I said to myself, I wish him well. I leave it in God's hands. And I deleted that app. Part 7, what I actually gained. Now I want to tell you about what these 11 months actually gave to me. I came into this experience as a woman who could not sustain love consistently, suppressed her feelings around relationships, was terrified of commitment, needed so much space that she pushed everyone away and kept everyone at arm's length, would never ever let anyone. I hate people checking in on me. Ugh, don't check in on me. I came out of this experience as a woman who proved she can love consistently for 11 months without wavering, express herself authentically and completely without getting choked up and without holding back. That was big for me. Navigated psychological warfare with composure and grace. I discovered who I actually was. Discovered that I actually do like being checked on. And understands her own emotional capacity at a depth she never has known before. Thank you, God, for the lesson. And here's the most important thing. I never gave my body to this person. So I think that's what actually helps this, me being able to click off and walk away so easily. It's a clean. And I never, this person was a gentleman. They never said anything offensive. They never said anything offensive sexually. They never sent any form of explicit photos. I never sent any form of explicit photos. They didn't really ask. Cute photos, But I want to speak to the women specifically because this is where so many of us get lost. And this is in real relationships, actual relationships. We rush into the intimacy quickly. That's me. Rushed into intimacy. And then it ruins really getting to know the person on a more emotionally stable level, which this was amazing. This long distance telepathic connection, because I got to know somebody intimately without that sexual energy coming into play. But we give our bodies, and then our emotions follow, and suddenly we are tethered to something that was never worthy of us in the first place. I walked out of this relationship 11 months completely clean. No physical entanglement, no sexual ties, no emotional traumas. I can see clearly. Clearly. I feel an incredible inner strength. I feel a wisdom. I feel like I've come to know myself on the deepest level. Okay, this is part 8, and this is the message to the scammers, because I know you're going to listen to this. Hold on. Just adjust my neck. Now, I want to say something directly to the people who ran this operation, because I know you're going to see this. You came back every single time. That tells me something about the energy I carry. Even through a fraudulent connection, it was magnetic enough to keep you coming back. And I don't hate you. I genuinely wish you heal. Because a person who has to steal another person's identity to be loved, that is pain I would not wish on anyone. You are sitting on the other side of your own glass, close enough to feel the warmth. That is its own kind of prison. I pray that you find the courage one day to show up as yourself. Because the version of you that showed up intellectually and conversationally in those moments of genuine exchange, that person does deserve to be loved too. And as yourself. Closing. The real love is coming in. So here is where I land. I paid $999 for a course that dismantled my commitment and avoidant phobias, healed my abandonment issues, taught me how to express myself without fear, showed me I can sustain a consistent connection, trained me to identify manipulation in real time, proved to me that I can hold my boundaries under the most sustained pressure, and prepared me completely, mind, body, spirit, for the real love that is already on its way to me. Because here is what I know about spirituality. For 11 months, I was broadcasting the highest vibrations of love and devotion. Where was I? Oh, and that energy did not land on a scammer. It traveled right through him like he was transparent, because energy he actually is. And it landed on its real destination. Somewhere there is a man who has been feeling something he cannot explain. A pull towards something he cannot name. A readiness that arrived without a clear reason. That is my energy finding its real address. And I'm not starting over. I'm starting out ahead. So to every woman who has been manipulated, pressured, gaslit, scammed, every woman and man, because I know a lot of men have been scammed as well. Your story is not about what they took. The story's about your lessons that you learned through that experience to grow and to evolve. Your story is not about what they took. It is about what you protected. I have strong boundaries. I was able to really protect myself, thank God. And it's also about what you discover in yourself and about what you can grow into to protect yourself from those kinds of situations. And to clarify real love. Okay, where was I? It's about what you protected, what you discovered, what you became, and never under any circumstances, never ever under any circumstances, send money to someone you never met. Don't send money to people online. Just don't do it. No matter what sob story they tell you. No gift cards, no nothing. Don't do it. And that includes scantily clad images and photos. Don't send $9. Don't send $99. Don't send $999. No matter how real it feels. No matter how long the connection has been building. No matter how much pressure they apply. The real one, they will not ask you money to meet them. The real one will find a way to come to you or to bring you to them. And I'm ready for the real one. And if you're still here with me, thank you. And so are you. You're ready too. And God's got me all the time. And God's got you. And let's end this by singing the song. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. 99 problems in them. Thank you for listening.